Did you make this huge mistake when you were trying to fix your credit? If you have a charge-off on your credit report, you need to stop disputing the balance on a charge-off. And listen, I know you've heard it from a bunch of people, all these amateurs on social media telling you it's not supposed to report a balance. If it's reporting a balance, they must delete it. When in fact, that's absolutely false. It's not true, because think about it. If it were really truly that easy, then why would there be all these credit repair companies out there? The balance on a charge-off is not going to cause them to actually delete the item from your credit report. If you tell the credit reporting agency exactly what is wrong, they're just gonna update the item to be accurate, and then they're done. And then you're still stuck with the charge-off on your credit report. So in today's episode, I'm gonna walk you through the entire process on how to actually properly dispute a charge-off if it's reporting a balance on your credit report, or if you have a charge-off that's reporting a zero balance on your credit report because you did the big mistake and you actually sent out an actual bootleg template letter telling them how to fix it. So now you're like, oh my God, what do I do? But before we jump into this video, make sure that you smash that like and subscribe button so this video gets out to more people so everyone stays informed. So let's go ahead and jump into this video because I don't want it to be a super long video, but I'm gonna make sure to pack it full of valuable information that you do not want to miss. Step number one, we want to request that the original creditor give us a 1099 and forgive the debt. I want you to always remember that a charge-off is the highest level of delinquency that you can have on a credit report besides a bankruptcy. This is why it's very difficult to delete. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, there's no such thing as an easy item to delete. So anybody that's telling you is full of it. You have to put this type of situation into perspective. It took you 6 months for this item to turn into a charge-off, and you for some reason think that it's gonna be deleted so easily. Nah, fam, it doesn't work like that. This is not financial advice or legal advice, and I am not an attorney. Once the item has turned into a charge-off, it could be a credit card, it could be a repossession, it could be a lot of different items, but once it has the status of charge-off, that means that the original creditor is going to write it off on their books, either in their books or they're also going to write it off with the IRS. It can be either or. The only way that you're going to know if they truly wrote it off to the IRS is to actually pick up the phone and call them and find out if it was actually written off. Or some creditors, as an example, Citibank may send you a 1099, and they'll usually send it around December or pushing into the tax season of the next year, and the 1099 is going to turn it into taxable income. Now, if you received a 1099, you are already ahead of the game. Now, remember, it has to show a balance in order for this first step to work. I'm gonna teach you the second step moving on towards the end of the video. But this step right here, if you received a 1099, then you are ahead of the game, and now the debt is finished, but you need to pick up the phone and call the original creditor that sent it and get them on a recorded line. You can record the call because once they tell you this call may be recorded for quality assurance, they're telling you can record the call. And you're simply going to tell them, hey, I received this 1099 in the mail. Does this mean that the debt is satisfied and paid in full? Am I correct? I don't have to worry about this debt anymore. And make sure that you speak to a supervisor and they give you their clear name on that recorded call, so you have proof. But if you did not receive a 1099 in the mail, because a lot of you will not receive it, like I said, it's going to be a very select few of people that will receive it. If you did not receive a 1099 in the mail, we need to communicate with the original creditor. I don't care if a debt collector has it, that means nothing. Remember, we want to communicate with the original creditor even if a debt collector has it. And we're gonna send them a very simple letter. Again, we're gonna send them a letter. We're not gonna call them. Don't pick up the phone and call and speak to a rep like an amateur thinking that a rep's gonna be able to make this decision. No, it has to be sent by mail. You have to send them a letter because this needs to go to the biggest person in the actual company that's gonna make the decision to give you the 1099. So now in that letter, you're going to simply state, hey, Mr. Creditor, it appears that you have turned this item on my credit report into a charge-off, but I never received the 1099. Can you be so kind to send me a 1099 for the actual item that has charged off due to my financial hardship? I would greatly appreciate it. Send it certified mail so you have proof that you sent it. You may have to send this anywhere from 2 to 4 times. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using Dispute Beast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created. But specifically specifically, I want to give a shout out to Matthew. Matthew's credit score went up 285 points after one round with Dispute Beast. And Maurice's credit score went up 237 points after one round with Dispute Beast also. But let's not forget Shakia. Shakia's credit score went up 215 points after just one round with Dispute Beast also. Now, Dispute Beast link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Last part's the most important. Now let's say hypothetically you get the 1099 in the mail. Great, congratulations. Now before any of you come into the comments saying, oh my God, it's taxable income. That's right, it turns into taxable income. But there's also a way around that because there's something called Form 982 of insolvency. Now you need to talk to your tax professional. Bring them the 1099 and say, listen, I want you to use Form 982 of insolvency using it against this 1099. You're going to fill out a form with your tax professional and you're going to list your debts versus your assets. More than 90% of Americans have more debts than assets. So that will deem you insolvent and the IRS can forgive it. It's going to be up to the IRS to decide whether they're going to forgive it or not, but that's why you fill out the form. So as long as you're insolvent, guess what? You literally just wiped it away. You didn't have to pay it for anything on your income taxes. Also, don't forget, if you get the 1099 in the mail, you need to call the creditor and get them on a recorded line saying that the debt is satisfied in full and you owe them nothing else. So here's the fun part. Now, once we have the 1099, we've done the entire process, but hold on. The balance is still reporting on our credit reports. That's right. So how is it reporting a balance if it's been charged off and they gave us a 1099? It should not be reporting a balance. Now it's our chance to dispute it with the credit reporting agencies. Now that we've gotten confirmation from the original creditor that the debt is satisfied and it's still showing the balance, now it's time for us to dispute it with the credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. You're going to send a very simple letter to each one of the credit reporting agencies that is reporting it on those credit reports. So in that letter, we want to be very specific and very precise. Don't put any trash UCC codes and all this other nonsense and legal jargon. No, keep it simple. And we're going to state, hey, credit bureaus, I was looking at my credit report and this account looks weird to me. The last date of activity, the last date of payment, the account number, the balance, everything on this credit item on my credit report looks to be incorrect. Can you please delete this item from my credit report because it is not accurate and it is not complete? You're going to send it out certified mail with return receipt and you're going to wait 35 to 45 days at max. Now, you probably received a response that said this item is verified to be yours. Well, I never said it wasn't mine. I just said it wasn't actually accurate. It wasn't complete. What are you talking about? So, of course, we're going to move on to round number 2 now. In your second round letter, you're just going to simply state, I sent you a letter on this specific date. I am attaching that letter that I sent you that clearly tells you that the information you are reporting is not accurate and it's not complete. It is incorrect. Please delete it from my credit report immediately. I want you to reinvestigate this because the way it's looking on my credit report, it does not look accurate and it does not look complete. On your letter, you want to make sure to list the last date of activity, the account number, the balance, the last date of payment, as many different attributes as you can that are on your credit report from that charge off, put them in that letter. An attribute is the first date of activity, the last date of activity, the last date of payment, the account number, the balance, the status. All of these are attributes. You can put those in your letter because we don't want to tell them how to fix it. Remember? We want to tell them that everything is wrong and everything is inaccurate and not complete. Now we're going to make copies of this letter. We're going to send it certified mail with return receipt. And again, we're going to wait another 35, 45 days at max. Now you most likely received a response after that 35, 45 days saying it's verified to be yours. Again, I didn't say that, but okay. But guess what we just did? We just built a case against the credit reporting agencies because we have proof that the item is settled and it's actually been forgiven with the 1099. And we got the recorded call. So we don't owe anybody any balance. And now you can actually sue the credit reporting agencies. Either you can sue them in small claims court, or you can sue them in a district court or in a county court in your local area. Now you don't need to send a third round, but if you want to make this a rock solid, serious case, you could send a third round and roll the dice. And in your third round letter, you can simply state, hey, listen, this is my third and final letter that I'm going to send you. I already told you that all of these these items that are on my credit report that I listed, the account number, the last date of activity, the last date of payment, the balance, everything appears to be inaccurate and not complete, and I want it deleted from my credit report immediately. Or if not, I will be forced to take legal actions. And of course, if they don't delete it after that third round also, you have more than enough proof. You have 3 rounds of dispute letters, and now you can sue the credit reporting agencies. But now, what is the question? What do I do if I actually can't use any of that you just told me, Mike? It's reporting on my credit report with a 0 balance, or maybe a debt collector has it. Your last and final option is to dispute it using Metro 2 compliance attacking combined with consumer law disputes and factual disputing. You don't want to choose one, you want to choose all 3 of those, because a charge off, remember, is the hardest thing to delete from a credit report. So you want to give it everything you've got to try to get it deleted from the credit report. And one of the biggest reasons why you want to use Metro 2 compliance disputing also, because that's exactly how the credit reporting agencies communicate back and forth to the creditors. It is the language and the format that the credit reporting agencies have chosen to use to report everything on your credit report. Everything on your credit report is structured in Metro 2 compliance reporting. There is only one credit repair software out there that does Metro 2 compliance disputing, consumer law disputing, and factual disputing, and that is, of course, Dispute Beast. I own it. You know where it's at. The link is going to be in the description if you need to use it. Now, I'm not trying to do a shameless promo, but I'm telling you, this is going to be very difficult to delete from your credit report if you're doing just standard regular disputes, or if you don't have the option for the 1099. Dispute Beast is truly the most powerful AI credit repair software out there that anyone can use to fix their credit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered another big one on how to deal with a charge off on your credit reports. Now make sure that you watch this next video, because it is about how to delete collections from your credit report. And if you feel that it brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.